fucking record, man. Hello, welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I'm going to talk to you about another underrated gem, currently available on Netflix, that I think you have to check out. And today I'm going to recommend the film, given that we are entering in autumn season, and guess what's going to be around the corner? Halloween. We're in a mood for Halloween tricks, treakers, and tricksters. So that means we're in a good horror film, everybody. In a horror movie vibe, you in the slasher vibe, you in the psychological thriller vibe, the mystery vibe. Well, I'm going to tell you this. This one is going to be a little bit different. This one came out back in 2017. Damn! That's a long time. I'm a little bit frustrated. I just recorded this thing I'm doing over again. But anyway, besides the point, before we get off topic, I'm going to recommend a horror drama period piece film, 1922, starring Thomas Jane, Molly Parker, and Neil McDougall. It's a story about a farmer who is trying to strike a deal with his wife of wanting to own the land that they're currently on. I think the wife somewhat owns it, but she's willing to sell it, and the husband doesn't want her to do that. He would rather have her sell it to him so he can own it. Unfortunately, she does not agree because she wants to get out. She wants to move out of the off the land and plans on taking their son with him. He doesn't want to do that, so he plans on murdering his wife and convinces his son to join in on the act. This came out 2017, a Stephen King story, which I think is based off a novel. I think the novel was in 2010 and was adapted by this filmmaker, Zach Galifianakis. I'm not even going to pronounce your name, bro. I'm not even going to do that. Hell no, nigga. I'm joking. I shouldn't even say that. And does he go through with it? Yes, he goes through with it, convinces the son to take the wife out, and buries the body in the back and tries to forget about it, having to own the land and try to move on with their lives. Well, that could have some consequences that they may not have thought a lot about. Really, it's psychological. This is like a psychological, supernatural drama horror film where it mostly relies on drama. So if you're looking for a slasher, dasher, vixen, nixon kind of movie, this might not be the film. But I can tell you right now, I think I love this film in the horror genre. This might be one of my favorite horror films on Netflix. And I'm going to tell you why, because it's such a subversion of what you're given, treated as a horror film. To its core, this is a drama. This is a period piece, a character study drama about one man's decisions that can have a very consequencing impact on his life, and it plays out extremely, extremely well. The movie is around like 97 minutes long, and it's pretty quick and quick to thin. It does feel like it's slow a bit because I think because of the horror element takes quite a bit of a back seat. It takes more of a drama route, and the horror elements is really the afterthought. It's really the character's fear of what's going to happen to them, self-destruction, in a way, that it deals with consequences. It deals with someone's true selfish desires and how they act upon them and how they can influence others and see that consequence playing into the victim and seeing the results to that. And I'm going to tell you, the results aren't good. Thomas Jane, who you may know from 2004's The Punisher, 2018's That god awful the Predator movie. My bad. I'm sorry to Shane Black. And then you see him in Deep Blue Sea. This is his best performance to date, and I'm actually ashamed that he was not nominated for this film. He was amazing in this. He was phenomenal. I loved him in this film. You don't love the character, but you are amazed. You are pulled in by his performance, and I'm gonna tell you, he delivers one of the best. And Molly Parker, which I recognize her from the Lost in Space show on Netflix, which you haven't seen that, and I highly recommend you check that out. She's great in here too, but then, she's not in there for long because she plays the plot device of, of what the story is. The horror elements, again, it takes a back seat. It's mostly in the afterthought, the dream psychological effects of what is warning the main character what might happen to him and getting to see the consequences of his actions. And I'm going to tell you, some of these imageries here are creepy and inventive, but it's like, dang, I'm trying to think of a story. It's a story, I think it's a folktale. Maybe it's this, I don't know, of you have this character who does an act and he regrets it, he narrates it. The movie is done in flashbacks, by the way, so the character is writing, reflecting on his decision and what he did and regrets it, and then you see the story of what happened in that year of 1922. And you have a bunch of scary, horrific imagery that's warning audiences or the reader of to give you an idea of what some of these actions could lead to. Now, I don't know about y'all. I believe in the afterlife, so I do believe when somebody's freaking out because of their harsh decisions they've done, I'll believe them. I'll believe them. I'll believe them. I will believe them. Now, there are quite a few. I think my favorite scenes in here are the horror dream sequences here, and I think they're awesome. Especially if you're not too fond of rats. If you're not too fond of rats, there's quite a bit of it here. And I'm going to just tell you, you'll probably get freaked out by what you see. You'll probably get freaked out by what you see. I'm just telling you. You'll get freaked out. But I can tell you this. The movie feels like an old school, like 1990, like it feels like the movie was made back in the mid 1990s, like 94 to 97, around that time. It feels like it was a film that was made around that time. It feels very old school. It feels retro. It feels like cinema. It feels like something that you would definitely want to see on the big screen. And I'm actually glad that when I was watching the film, it made me really appreciate the film even more because it didn't focus on horror gimmicks or anything or any horror cliches on it. It was telling a compelling story about regret, the sins of your past that haunt you for a lifetime, and how those decisions can affect the closest ones that you love, and manipulation. You see that. You see one character's demise of one selfish, evil decision that he makes in this film. And I thought this film was done brilliantly. And the movie's 2017, but when it came out, I don't think a lot of people was talking about it. Like, Thomas Jane deserves an Oscar nod for this performance. This movie deserves a Cannes Film Festival premiere, which I don't think it was. I think it was just dumped on Netflix. Cannes Film Festival, you missed out. This is a good film, an underrated one at best. And if you're looking for a good, everybody keeps shitting on Netflix, saying, I ain't nothing good to watch or nothing. If you're looking for something to watch, check out 1917, a Stephen King adaptation on Netflix. Trust me. If you don't like it, just say so. 1922. I said 1917. Holy crap! I just caught that. 1922. Have you seen it? Comment below. Let me. Holy crap! It's almost gonna. Dang, that's 100 years ago, bro. Holy shit! I just realized that. Holy shit! I just realized that. 1922. Have you seen it? Comment below. Let me know if you haven't. Let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.